So yeah, and then that's it. That's the end of the racing. I've got plans for the Redshift. So that was my last race of the year. All right, 2023 is done. There's no more racing in 2023. As I need to make some money, obviously, because I've been spending a lot of it racing. I need new boots. My racing boots have holes in it. All right, you can see there's holes on the bottom of my boots. I can see my socks from the holes. It's pretty bad. I need to get some new boots. I need some kind of flat tracker boots or something. So HadesOmega doesn't, I don't drag knee, but I drag my boot. I drag my foot, all right, guys? And I did it a lot. It's become a habit, all right? And the more I do flat track racing, the more that I do it, all right? Because that's what we do in flat track. You use your foot to, as a ballast and to stabilize the bike, when it's sliding. All right, and I did that a lot. And I told myself, hey, you've got a hole on the side of the boot here. Make sure, put your foot down flat when you're sliding, all right? And that's what I started doing. I tried to slide with the boot flat on the ground, and then now like almost the Alpine Star logos are almost gone of the boots. I'm not gonna lie, these Alpine Star boots, they're not very durable, man. I'm not really. These aren't really for racing. Also, by the way, these are more like for street riding boots, man. I need to get a better boot, but I have to find a boot that's good for like kind of doing flat track stuff on asphalt. Something that with a replaceable sole or slider plate or something. Yeah, I need something like that. So, yeah, these ones are just too fragile. Or I could just use dirt bike boots. I kind of don't like dirt bike boots because they're kind of heavy. But yeah, I could probably use them. Then they make the bike heavier. So I'm planning to do. I think the Redshift did good. There's really not much else we can do. I need to get the suspension adjusted on this bike and maybe get the forks serviced or something. I've got good tires on it already. Yeah. So my plan is to do a suspension adjustment. I'm going to take it to a shop. I'm going to put all my gear on and have them adjust the suspension for my weight, all right, and for like supermoto racing, all right, because that's mainly what I bought this bike for, supermoto racing. I did notice the bike bottoms out when you jump off of those tabletops really hard and you land hard. You'll feel the foot peg touch the ground, all right. Hopefully it doesn't touch it too bad. But yeah, the bike was pretty amazing. I could jump it and then I could slide it. I get on the throttle a little bit and let it slide. I know it has a lot of power, but don't get a lot on the throttle. I'm very good at operating the throttle on this. This is one of the best throttles on an electric motorcycle I've ever ridden. All right, it's just as good as the Energica bikes, man. That's how good this throttle is. I'm straight impressed with the way Alta had tuned this bike. Okay, they did a very good job tuning it. Okay, so light beat. I'm planning to do a lot of stuff to the light B. So I've decided I'm going to keep the light B. I'm not going to get Ultra B. I put too much money into this bike to just let it go already. Forks, they need a service, all right? I need to service the forks. One of my sanctions has got some pitting in it. I don't some kind of rock hit it. Moab did a number on it, all right? I'm going to replace the seals, the dust seals, and then we're going to do a fork service. We're going to change the oil and everything. And lube everything back up, and I think it should be good again. I raced it for a whole year without servicing it, and I probably should have done it in the middle of the year. Not gonna lie, dude. But it's a pretty incredible fork. After I learned how to adjust the suspension settings on it and everything, it's pretty incredible. Okay, the Bombcat rear shock is kind of hanging in there. We're gonna stick with it, I think, until it blows or something. There's some better shocks out there, but it's just more money. Yeah, I think maybe the rear shock, getting a new rear shock probably would be good, but we're going to stick with that. I'm not going to put the money into that. What I need is a new battery. All right, I'm trying to save up money to buy a racing battery. All right, a top of the line battery. I'm gonna either go with EBMX or KO. All right, KO's coming out with the battery, and it's supposed to be pretty cheap. I need a third battery for Virginia City Grand Prix, so we're just gonna have 3 batteries. So this battery has that vibration problem. All right, when it takes a hard hit, it dies on me. And then this battery has a balancing problem. I think the capacity is going down on this one. All right, a lot. It's gone down. It won't charge to like 100% anymore. All right, but it can balance it. The best thing to do for a battery that's one of the cells are bad or something, you just don't try not to drain it all the way and try not to charge it all the way. All right? Keep it in the middle. All right, and that's where it'll be happiest. All right, but yeah, definitely the range is degraded on this. All right, so but it would be nice to have 3 batteries for Virginia City Grand Prix. I want a battery with higher capacity and more discharge, all right, and could handle more punishment, all right. I don't mind if it's a little more heavier if it has more capacity, because I found that if you add more weight to the bike, it actually makes it easier to ride. It's more stable, all right. For Supermoto, I don't know how that's gonna pan out, all right, but if I can get a battery with a higher discharge and pull more power using this controller, it would be good. Oh, so okay, there's another thing. Okay, the controller. I'm planning to get rid of this controller. All right. The KO controller is great. It can handle a lot of punishment. It dishes out the power. I'm only hitting like 60 miles an hour though. That's odd. I'm surprised it can't do more than that. It doesn't seem very efficient. That's what I'm saying, I guess, because I think my BSC I can hit like 70 on the BAC. It's just slower, and it gets hotter. So this thing deals with heat really, really well. It never overheats. I had overheating problems with the controller all the time, and I don't with this one. It almost never overheats. Sorry. It's kind of loose too. I think I need to tighten it. I feel it moving around. Okay, but my plan is to replace this. Okay, guys. HadesOmega has sung the praises and all, but I'm not happy with the regen on it. All right, and we need good regen because the brakes suck on this bike. All right, that's the biggest weakness of the Light B, and that's the biggest advantage the Ultra B has over the Light B is it has better brakes. Right, and we need the one way we can fix that is with regen. All right, so I'm planning to get an EBMX X9000 controller. All right, the X9000 specs are similar to the KO controller, and and they sell it in red. Okay, I'm gonna get a red one, and it has it has a regen thumb throttle. Remember the old regen thumb throttle for the BAC? Yeah, we're gonna get it back. So I'm not gonna lie, after using that thumb throttle, I can't go back, man. I would use that to back it in the corners and everything, and go down technical sections. Riding down technical sections with this controller is scary, man. If your brakes fail you, you could die. So it just cuts off regen under 12 miles an hour, and most technical riding is under 12 miles an hour, guys. Usually you're going probably 5-10 miles an hour down technical sections, and you're gonna have to rely on the brakes. So I don't want to have to rely on these shitty brakes. Okay. Yeah, and also Dunlop Moto 3, man, these are spectacular tires. I've had them for about a year now on the bike. Same tires. It's still, man, the edge is almost out of rubber. I'm looking at the dot on it, there's almost no dot on it anymore. So I don't think we have any more rubber on this tire. All right, yeah. Yeah, I think a couple races ago, it was slipping and sliding all over the place, and I found out oh, you need to get the tire really, really hot, or else it won't grip anymore. So I think they're definitely at the end of their life. So we'll get new. I will definitely stick with this tire. This is a great tire. This has got me on the podium many, many times. It's a great tire. It lasts long. It heats up quick. So we're gonna go with Moto 3s again. I should try to get a Dunlop sponsorship. Dunlop, all right. Dunlop is doing sponsorships for Supermoto tires. I would like some. I get a sponsorship from Dunlop to get Moto 3 tires for my Light B. Yeah. We're gonna rebuild the primary drive system. All right. I got a new jack shaft. All right. Brand new jack shaft bearings. I've got a Warp 9 primary drive chain kit. We're gonna be running that. Alright, I have the DB off-road chain kit right now, and it is spectacular. It's good, alright? I'm going to try Warp 9 this time. Yeah, I'm really impressed. It has held up really, really well. I never had any major problems with that until somebody hit me and messed it up, alright? But And I think it does need to be replaced right now. It's kind of loose, and it's tight in some places and loose. Swing arm. Okay, I hate to say it, man. I think we got to get a new swing arm. I cracked the swing arm again. I was looking at the support brace, and it's cracked again. So I think I'm gonna look into getting a swing arm also. So a lot of the money is gonna go into the Light B. So I know, just so you should just think about it, HadesOmega. If I sold the Light B with all the parts and stuff, we probably would have enough money to buy an Ultra B. However, I would still need to buy batteries, like better batteries, or a second battery for the Ultra B. I want to have to buy a more powerful controller because we want to race with it. And then we got to get the Supermoto wheels. I do know they have Supermoto wheels for it. Yeah, I would love an Ultra B, but I don't have that kind of money. I think the money would be best spent putting it in the Light B. All right, my good old buddy. It's an amazing machine. Compared to the bikes that are coming out right now, stock for stock, the Light B is getting old, man. It's not the top of the line kind of hybrid motorcycle bike, dirt bike that it was before. But with all the modifications and upgrades there are out there, a Light B is still a very good machine. All right. Okay, it still has shitty brakes, man, but with you regen, you can make up for the shitty brakes. So that's why I'm thinking that just get the controller, man. And then, yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with tightening spokes all the time, all the maintenance that it needs. It's a very needy bike, but when the going gets tough, man, it performs. That's what I want to say. And it's super light. I've grown to love it. Okay, it's a spectacular bike. And then yeah, we'll work on this guy a little bit. Oh yeah, I was gonna get a left-hand rear brake for this. We're gonna get a left-hand rear brake kit, some kind of left-hand rear brake, and then yeah, so it'll be easier to use the brake. Yeah, so that's all the plans I have. A lot of the money is gonna go into the Light B, is what I want to say. But I gotta try to save some for this one too. So because we're gonna be we're gonna use this for big bike races, and this is for little bike races. Okay. The suspension, I'm actually pretty surprised. If we wanted to upgrade the suspension more, we can. If I can find the KTM 85 forks, we can do that swap, and that actually get us better brakes up front. All right. But then I don't know what we're gonna do about the wheels. We'd have to get KTM wheels. So I don't know about that. So that opens up a whole nother can of worms, all right? Where the Dorado is good, you just have to maintain them, all right? And they're getting beat up pretty bad, that's what I say. Yeah, I mean, the bike has done great. I haven't, broken it yet. Maybe we'll change the headset bearings, too. Yeah, there's just a lot of... it needs a lot of maintenance, man. That's another thing, so... but I think... pretty much any other bike is going to need that kind of maintenance when you race it as hard and as much as I do this bike. Okay, so yeah, we're going to stick with the Light B. I feel these new bikes that are coming out, it can hang with it. All right, at least mini bikes in the mini bike realm, like that Grainger G3S. That thing is 72 volts. It's pretty fast. I wish I got a chance to ride it. I haven't gotten a chance to ride one yet. But I've seen those guys zipping around in the pits with them and everything, and they look like they're having a lot of fun. They look pretty quick. They're pretty quick until they get to 45 miles an hour. That's what I want to say. So I'm pretty impressed with it. But my Light B is better. Okay. So, with these tires and this whole setup, it's awesome. All right. So I can't. I couldn't be happier with the Light B. I think we're gonna stick with it. I would love to get an Ultra B, but we're just gonna stick with the Light B. All right. But it is gobbling up all my money. I'm not gonna lie. So here's some of the costs. All right. Battery is gonna be about like $1,800. All right. And I still owe money on this bike, by the way. So it's upset. And I'm still owe money on my RAV4, and I'm just driving the piss out of them. Yeah, so the battery's $1,800. I'm not even gonna go over the tires. So I'm trying to get a third battery, and then I'm trying to get another controller. That's $1,900. All right, that's pretty. Is it $1,900? No. Another controller is about $1,000, but I can sell my KO controller. All right, there's nothing wrong with the KO controller. I thought when the bike was cutting out, it was the KO controller. It's not. It's the battery. So we'll fix that problem. And then the swing arm. The swing arm is another $1,000. All right. Now I could probably still use this swing arm for now, but I definitely think we should get an upgraded swing arm. That way I don't have to worry about it breaking all the time. And if you do break something, it's in pieces. You can buy the piece that broke. This one is like the Suron swing arm is all one piece. I'm trying to decide whether I want to go with the KO versus the EBMX swing arm. Right. The KO is prettier looking, but I heard some problems with it, with like the brake thing, and like the way they have the fittings in it, and then the EBMX, I haven't really heard anything about either. I got to do some research on which one, but I think the EBMX is the better one. That's my thing. That's my guess. It's just kind of ugly looking. So, but what that'll do is also it'll extend the wheelbase a little bit, so the bike will be more stable. It won't do wheelies as much. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it should make it more stable. But I kind of like the bike the way it is right now. I don't really want to change it all that much, but the swing arm is just, it's cracking all the time. Support brace. I think we need a stronger swing arm. The forces that we're putting on this, especially during Supermoto, that's the most stress we're putting on the swing arm, is not good. All right, so I think the bike will be faster. It'll corner better if we get this swing arm. All right, so it'll stiffen up the rear, because this swing arm, it's soft, man. It twists and turns and all. It's not good yet, guys. I've had people tell me like, yeah, man, it looks like your swing arm is like twisting and stuff. It's not stiff at all. So yeah, we'll go and look at we'll look at other swing arm options. Okay, but for now we can use this. It's got a little crack in it. I'm like, I don't want to fix this shit anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm paying Robert to like fucking to weld it all the time, man. It's just money out of my pocket when I could just buy a brand new one, and then we won't have that problem, and the bike will perform better. Okay, so yeah, and then we refresh the chains. New primary drive chain, new secondary drive chain. I'm running the primary drive motocross chain, the gold one, and it's spectacular. All right, I will be doing a review on that. Yeah, so, okay, anyway, that was the last race of the year, and we took home some trophies, all right? Second in 250, third in Vet 40, and third in Adult Mini, all right? And I had an epic race in the Adult Mini race. Make sure you watch that one. If you don't watch any of my other races, watch that one, man. It is action-packed. Okay, thanks for watching. HadesOmega out. That's the Shasta Supermoto Triple Crown Round 3 2023 After Action Reivew, right? That's the last race of the year, and then now we got to go refresh, rebuild everything. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching, HadesOmega. Look forward to another year of HadesOmega Moto racing in the year 2024. Oh, that's the best one I got in 250, but I really like my adult mini trophy.